In today's video, we are going to be speaking about becoming so unavailable for self-doubt. This is going to be really monumental to you if you are looking to build confidence in yourself so that you can begin to bet on yourself, begin to pursue your dream goals. No matter how big or small it is, self-doubt is one of those things that stops a lot of women in their tracks. Right? It stops a lot of women from taking up space, from betting on yourself, to owning everything that you want. And to me, what I see self doubt as, it is just the enemy to everything that you desire. Because in order to really get everything that you desire, you have to be able to operate at a level of self trust. Self trust is going to be the thing that actually pulls you towards everything that you desire. It's going to be the thing that keeps you activated. It's going to be the thing that allows the very thing that you are wishing to bring into reality to actually manifest. Because self-trust have a level of frequency in it that keeps you high, it keeps you magnetic, it keeps you pulled to the very thing that you want. And self-doubt is the complete opposite. It is a very unattractive frequency, and we want to step into being very attractive to what we desire, right? Because if you are desiring to build your dream business, for example, then how is a dream business that you desire going to be attracted to a woman who is stuck in self-doubt, who can't trust herself to show up how this version of you show up as the dream girl version of you? How is that dream business going to be attracted to the woman who maybe can't trust her products or can't trust her ideas, right? You won't be attractive to the thing that you desire, to the goal that you want to achieve. And so we want to get out of self-doubt. Of course, self-doubt happens because it's supposed to happen, right? When you have intentions to grow, when you have intentions to become the best version of yourself, to step into a next level, to own your dreams, to get everything that you want, when you have the intention to do so, disruption follows. Disruption follows because it has to, right? You can look at disruption as simply, let's say if you believe in God, you can look at disruption as simply being the devil, right? Having an attack on your mind, right? That's where the self-doubt lies. It lies in our mind. It lies in that questioning of, is this possible for me? Am I capable of it? Is this really potential? Is this really my vision? Is this really what I want, right? And so a lot of that lies in our mind, but it's supposed to happen because it's going to take you to step into a new identity. It's going to take you to act in courage. It's going to take you to do things that you've never done in order for you to get to that next level, in order for you to do that. So it is a pretty worthy opponent of yours, right? You can look at self-doubt as, okay, this is supposed to happen, bring it on. However, I want you to become so unavailable for self-doubt. Simply just eliminate it from you. Eliminate it from your space. Don't even allow it to penetrate you, because when you have self-doubt, this is what happens. It keeps you making fear-based decisions versus faith-based decisions, right? It keeps you focused on the outcome you don't want versus focus on the outcome that you do want. And one thing that I know here is that as confident women, the goal, how we're able to achieve things that seem so impossible, things that we don't see in the physical realm yet, we see it in our mind, we see it in our vision. The one thing that I do know is that we have to be very intentional on focusing on the imagination that serves us best, right? And when you are focused on self-doubt, that you're imagining failing, you're imagining things not working out, you're imagining, embarrassment, you're imagining all the things that can go wrong, and that alone makes you make fear-based decisions. And fear-based decisions is absolutely not going to give you the thing that you want. So, ladies, become so unavailable for self-doubt. Okay, remember, self trust brings you closer, self doubt pulls you away. It pulls you away from the thing that you desire. So, now what do I do to become so unavailable to self doubt? Now, before I give you some of the things that I do, I want to share that just because I'm unavailable for self doubt, it doesn't mean that self doubt does not happen, right? Remember, we always have a battlefield in our mind, and the goal is to have victory, right? The goal is to have victory over where our mind goes. So self doubt can creep in. Self doubt does happen because as you enter into next stages, as you enter into new levels, as you bet on yourself, you are doing something that is completely different, right? You're doing something that you've never experienced before. Is taking you somewhere else, right? So of course self-doubt is going to happen, but you are making yourself unavailable for it. You're eliminating it from even penetrating you, from even just being in your presence, right? You're eliminated from your identity. And so this is how I began to get rid of self-doubt and just become so unavailable for it, because as of right now I'm stepping into a new level and I have no space for it whatsoever. And so here are the ways that you can begin to become so unavailable to self-doubt, right? So that you can begin to operate in confidence, to operate in a level of self-trust to get the things that you desire and to go bet on yourself. And so some of the things that I'm going to mention, I've already briefly mentioned, but I'm going to just mention it again. So the first thing that helps me become unavailable for self-doubt, and this is going to help you as well, something that you want to do, is you want to make self-trust a part of your identity. You want to make this a part of your identity, a part of your self-concept, because a lot of the actions that we take, it is based off our self-concept, right? So our self-concept is simply how we identify as, like how we see ourselves. So a lot of times when you say I am, you are saying it in this very self-concept-y way. So I am a woman. That is my self-concept. I am confident. That is my self-concept, right? So anytime you say I am, like I am healthy, I am gorgeous, like these are self-concepts. These are how you see yourself. These are how you identify as. This is your self-concept, right? And so a lot of times when you see yourself as this, you are going to do things to reaffirm that identity that you hold within yourself. And so one of the things I practice is saying that I am a woman who is simply unavailable for self-doubt. That's it. When you make this your identity, your actions follow it. I'm unavailable for self-doubt. I'm a woman who is unavailable for self-doubt. Tie that to your identity. I am a woman who is trustworthy. I am a woman who trusts myself. I am a woman of faith. I am a confident woman. Literally make that part so ingrained into your identity that self-doubt is like, what are you doing? Why are you here? You gotta go. Like, I don't have space for this in my life, right? So if you consider yourself a healthy person, right, you see unhealthy foods, right? You see it is in your face. You can maybe sometimes think about it, but what are you going to choose? You're going to choose the food that is going to align with the identity that you hold. So if you begin to believe, to literally brainwash yourself. This is what it is. You have to sometimes brainwash yourself. If you begin to believe that I am a confident woman, I am a woman of faith, I am capable, I am this, then you are going to be able to, you're going to start taking action that aligns with that. And then when self doubt creeps in, you're going to be like, nope, absolutely not. Like, this doesn't fit the identity that I want to hold, right? This does not fit the identity that I want to hold. Right? And remember, like, you want to be attractive to the thing that you desire. Self-doubt is not attractive whatsoever. Okay. So now the second thing that you are going to do is, remember when I said that confident woman, we focus on the imagination that serves us best, right? Self-doubt, again, it can creep in. Thoughts pop into our mind that we are unable to control at times. It just happens. It is what it is. That's just how our mind works. There are 4 stages of how our mind works. And one of those stages is like, it just happens, right? It just happens. However, you get to decide which one you want to focus on. So when self-doubt happens, you want to instantly penetrate your imagination with thoughts of the outcome that you desire. So if the thoughts of like I'm gonna, what if I lose all my money if I go invest in, this program or this course? What if I lose it and it doesn't work out for me? Actually, use your mind to say, think about it working out. Think about the course that you invest in. If you invest in a business course or whatever course that you decide to invest in one day, think about yourself on the other side of that. Think about it. Like, imagine yourself actually being what you paid for, actually becoming what you paid for. Or if you maybe have thoughts of failing in your business, that self-doubt, what if nobody buys my products? What if no one, cares to buy for me? Imagine them buying. Imagine your business being out there. Imagine you glowing. Imagine yourself, like how you operate in your business, how you walk in your business, how you talk in your business. Like, imagine all the juicy stuff, because that's going to keep you activated. That's going to keep you like, oh no, like, I don't have space for self-doubt. I'm unavailable for this, because that is what I want to see. That is what I want to experience. So you experience it first in your mind. Anything that you desire to have, you experience it first in your mind. And the imagination that you focus on the most is absolutely going to win. So when self-doubt creeps in, instantly think about the desire that you have. Think about yourself experiencing the outcome. All right, because remember, we focus on the imagination that we want to best serve us. Okay, so the next way that you are going to be, again, to make yourself unavailable for that self-doubt is simply deciding to trust yourself. Self-trust is a decision, just like self-doubt is a decision, right? You decide to doubt yourself. Even if the thoughts come in, you're making a decision to allow it to be there. So self-trust is a decision, right? I decide to trust myself. I decide to trust myself. And why do I decide to trust myself? Okay, we're going to look for reasons to why to trust yourself. So one of the ways that I like to look for reasons on why to trust myself is I like to look at the living proof that I've given myself in the past that has shown me what I can do, that has shown me my potential, that has shown me doing things that I've overcame limiting beliefs, like it showed me, right? And so what you want to do is start looking at living proof. Like, what are some ways in your past that you've shown yourself that, whoa, I have great potential, I've pretty capable, I can do this, I can do that, right? You want to begin to look at your living proof and begin emptying your pockets, because a lot of times why we can stay stuck in self-doubt and out of self-trust is because we forget how dope we are. We forget all the things that we've accomplished, right? That we've been accomplishing since babies, right? This is where that innate confidence comes in. I'm not going to get too much into that. However, we've accomplished so much over time that we forget it, right? You accomplished learning how to drive. Learning how to drive, even though it's so normal because everyone does it, it requires a lot of skill set. It requires a lot of attention. It required you to learn. It required you to focus. It required you to trust yourself. And so simply, if you just need to look at that, well, if I can learn how to drive, then I can definitely learn how to build a business. I can definitely learn how to do this, right? You get to decide to trust yourself by looking at the previous living proof and like, oh, absolutely, I can do that. Another way that I like to activate that self-trust within me and become so unavailable for the self-doubt is simply realizing that there's nothing external, right? I am the solution. I have everything within me. And so I spoke about this in my abundant, becoming aware of like an abundant self-image, right? A lot of times we look outside of ourselves. Self-doubt happens because what? We think about, oh, the people are not going to, watch our video, or the people are not going to buy our products, or I don't have enough money, or it's not enough time, or this and a third, right? We look at all the external forces. However, what do you have as a living being, right? So you literally were giving every single thing that you need to transform your life from the inside out, right? You have mind, you have imagination, you have intuition. That is your spiritual forces that you have within you. And then you have your physical, right? You have your brain, you have your hands, you have your eyes, you have your ears, you have your legs. These are all the tools that you need. That's it. So why can't you why would you not be able to trust yourself? Right? When you have everything within you to learn what you need to learn, to do what you need to do, to make the thing that you want to bet on yourself with happen, to bring your dream goal into reality, to bring your dream business into reality, right? You have everything. So there's really nothing outside of you. And so this is how I continuously activate self-trust and simply just be unavailable for self-doubt. We do not have space for self-doubt. So if you are thinking like, I just want to have unshakable confidence in myself, I want to bet on myself and want to pursue my dream goals, then it is monumental that you begin to conquer self-doubt. It is monumental that you just become so unavailable for it, because remember, it is the enemy of everything that you desire, right? Because you yourself is the solution, and self-doubt is self-doubt, right? And so if you doubt that you are the solution, then of course you're not going to receive what you desire to receive, of course. And again, it is supposed to happen. Like it is a worthy opponent of you so that you can conquer it. And then when you conquer it, you're going to be like, dang, I did that, right? Your confidence is going to get even higher. You're going to give yourself more living proof, build more self-trust. So it's a worthy opponent, but you want to become so unavailable for it that it doesn't have an opportunity to even win. It doesn't have an opportunity to even shake you, right? And so become so unavailable for it so you can keep your audacity activated and keep you and allow you to step into faith and out of fear. Faith and out of fear. Alrighty? And so, ladies, if this video has resonated with you, if you really want to become a woman who owns what she wants and do so unapologetically, then I want to invite you to my confidence transformation course. It is called Activating Audacity, and this is an inner work course again where you step into that woman who begins to own everything that she wants unapologetically. So this is a starter course if you want to go ahead and just get started and lifting up that confidence so that you can begin to go and bet on yourself. And then also, if you're like, I'm already activated, girl, like I'm ready to bet on myself, I do have some one-on-one opportunities that I would love to have you in. I'm going to leave all the links in the description box if you want to get some one-on-one opportunities so that you can begin to bet on yourself, make bold moves towards your dream goals, really start to own what you want. So everything that I mentioned is going to be located in the description box, and then also the links will be in the bio as well. Another thing that I want to say, ladies, is I would really appreciate if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful to you, of course, then I asked if you can give this a thumbs up, if you can also subscribe if you want to, of course. But it just lets YouTube know that you guys are actually really enjoying these videos, and it helps me reach more people. Okay, I really want to reach as many women as possible, and I would love your help if you would love to do that as well. All right, ladies, that is it for today's video. I hope this activated you and just instilled in that message that I am a woman who is completely unavailable for self-doubt. I want to move towards my dream. I want to move towards making my reality truly happen, not away from it. I want to become attractive to everything that I desire. Alrighty, ladies. And that is it for today's video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.